Hello everybody, welcome back to the Final Fantasy X walkthrough. We are at Rin's travel agency. Got a Chocobo eating monster that needs to be taken care of.
I've heard that the proprietor, Mr. Rin, is in Elbed. But I was very relieved to find
I realized that I had kind of not done that great of a job of pointing out all the different blitzball players. And I'm going to try to do a little bit better job of that. But that being said, most of these guys I didn't recruit. The guy that's here, though, in the travel agency is named Rop, I think, R-O-P-P, however you want to say that. And he's to the right of this merchant here that we're speaking to. He's got the green bandana and your typical Elbed goggles. I feel like I'm being racist when I say that, because like saying typical and then yeah, all those Elbed, you know how they're always wearing goggles. Anyways, I like him a lot. I feel like I stick him in the mid. Make him play the midfielder essentially, or what, you know, whatever that's called. I guess is the center. I don't know, whatever. But he's got a really high attack stat and a decent pass stat, and then also a decent amount of endurance, and that's for a midfielder anyway. I feel like those are the good stats. I mean, obviously it doesn't really matter your shot stat, because he's not going to be making shots from, well, that's just not what I recruit him for. And then catch, obviously the catch stat's only good for when you're the goalie. So again, you know, everything else though really good stats for him anyway. Here's the Elbed compilation sphere, and I'm actually going to end up using that eventually here in quite a few videos. I missed one of the Elbed primers, so what I'll probably do is just save one of my, load from another disk, or sorry, not another disk, from another save point, so that I can get all those Elbed dictionaries. Because again, I did miss one. Yeah, I will be able to eventually backtrack and get it, but it's more of an annoyance right now than anything.
Whoa. Check it out. That sunset was different from the one I saw in Kilika. It was quiet, almost gentle.
What you up to?
Pretty.
Sure is.
I wish I could live in a place like this. Peaceful. Living with a smile on my face every day.
You can, once you beat Sin, right?
But then, a new Sin will be born anyway.
Well, then you can just beat it again.
I wish I could.
Hey, you can. Trust me. You are the best summoner out there. Yuna, why does Sin always come back?
Sin is our punishment for our vanity. And it will not go away until we've atoned.
How do we do that? What did we do that was so bad in the first place? Ah. Was it using lots of Machina or something? Oh. Wait, was that such a bad thing, really?
It's funny.
Hmm?
Ever since I was young, I never questioned it. But now that you ask me if it is that bad or not, I don't know. There are so many things I don't know.
Well, then we're the same. Oh, such thinking is very unbecoming of a summoner. Sound like Micah?
That's not very nice, you know.
You know, during a game, you have to think of Blitz and nothing else, you know?
Okay.
You can't think, that's a cute girl on the fifth seat from the right. And you can't be thinking about where you're gonna go on that date, because the minute you do, that's when you lose. You see, Yuna, what I mean is, you really shouldn't worry, you know? After we beat Sin, that's when you can worry about the future.
I guess.
But Yuna, how are you supposed to beat something big like that?
The final summoning. It's the only way to defeat Sin. The only way. With it, we can call the final Aeon. That's the goal of the pilgrimage. The faith of the final summoning lies waiting in the far north to greet summoners that complete their pilgrimage. At the world's edge in Xanarkand.
In Xanarkand?
She means the ruins of a city destroyed 1,000 years ago.
You sure it's ruins?
That's what I've heard.
You'll see it for yourself soon enough. Yuna, come back inside.
You will go with us to Xanarkand?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go to Xanarkand to see it with my own eyes. I knew it couldn't be my Xanarkand, but I had to make sure.
Alright, so here he is. He's kind of expensive as far as free agents goes, or at least in comparison, especially to like the Aurochs. The Aurochs are, all those members are really cheap. And for a good reason, they're not that great. This guy's got a level 1 key sphere. Those things are fantastic. You can go in, he's got a little tutorial there, but I'm not gonna bother. I think it's, I won't say it's self-explanatory, but it unlocks the level 1 locks in the sphere grid. I'll hopefully I've got footage of me actually using those, so I guess stay tuned for that. But there are a couple of spots I can think of, namely what I end up using my first couple for is to get Kimahri into Riku's side of the sphere grid. Reason being, I want to make him, I want to have him with the ability to steal, so that is what I will end up doing.
Pinter-sa.
Sorry?
Forgive me, sir. I meant to say pardon me, but it came out in Elbed.
Oh, you're in Elbed.
Mm-hmm. I am Rin, owner of this establishment. Hela du Sadwi.
Huh?
It means nice to meet you.
Ah, well, Heli do sadwi to you too.
Mm-hmm. If you are interested, Elbed primers can be found all over Spira. Finding them and learning our language might be fun. Here, let me give you one in commemoration of our meeting. Although you might want to be careful where you speak our language.
Yeah, I hear Elbed aren't liked much. Oh, sorry.
Adeki Krisa.
Someone help! The Chocobos!
That's our cue. Let's go.
Huh?
Oh, thank you for your help. Please, use this.
Huh?
Alright, so there's our first meeting with Rin. Rin is the one that owns these travel agencies. And you will see him periodically throughout the game.
To the Chocobo Corral.
Right, so here he is, the big double-tongued meanie himself, the Chocobo Eater. So there's a couple, actually two, yeah, specific, so a couple is accurate. There's two ways to beat this guy. Either you just kill him flat out, drop his HP to 0, or you knock him off the cliff. If you knock him off the cliff, which is how I recommend doing it, you will get, I believe they're level 1 key spheres, or more level 1 key spheres. I don't know. Either way, that's what you get for knocking off the cliff. Which, again, that's my recommendation. The more you can get at the beginning of the game, the better off you're going to be. It can be a little frustrating. I think I had to do this 4 times this playthrough. Mostly, I believe, because my characters were pretty underpowered. If you can get Lulu with Fyra here, that's a huge help. Wow, get knocked out. I think that's his deal when he does the whole "you're next" thing. I think that's just a one-shot. So, in order to avoid that, you have to knock him on his back like that.
Attack now! Push
like
it back!
I did just now. Excuse me. Alright, so when you knock him on his back, you have to essentially deal enough damage to push him back. And I think it's 1,500? And so if you don't think you're going to be able to do it in one round, I think that's also the key. So once you knock him on his back, if you hit him, like if I was to just hit him with Kamari right now, okay. Yeah, so since I didn't do 1,500 damage in the time that, or by the time his turn came up again, he jumps back up on his feet. So, hopefully I can explain that a little bit better. If you knock him down, make sure that you have enough damage during your turn, or during your series of turns, to get to 1,500. If you don't attack him. Or you need to use different attacks to get to that point so that you can do the 1,500. Otherwise, again, like I said, he just jumps back up on his feet, and you essentially don't get anywhere with the fight. Titus here's got the the firebrand equipped, so he's gonna do a little bit extra damage to this guy with his attacks. So if you don't have that, don't sweat it. Hopefully you've just done a little bit more leveling than I have. And again, like I said earlier, Fyra with Lulu will go a long ways to ensuring your victory. So here at this point now, you'll notice, so Titus was the only one that would have gotten a turn before the Chocobo Eater got his turn. So again, I didn't touch him. He stays on his back. because otherwise I think if I would have attacked him right there, he would have jumped back up on his feet. So here I am essentially just buffing, and I decided that these were the 3 characters that I was going to use to try to hit that, you know, that, I don't know, that mark, I guess, every turn. I felt like between these 3 I was going to be able to do more damage than any other combination of 3. I don't think that the Aeons are useful for this fight because if you do something like an overdrive, sure, it hits really hard, but then he's going to get multiple turns in a row, which either means that he's going to push you back. I should say push you back. So anyways, again, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would stick with these 3. Knock him down, make sure you've got enough damage then to push him back. Go from there. The other thing that you got to keep in mind too is that it's possible that if you know, if you don't do if you knock him down and then he just keeps jumping back up and you don't push him at all, there's a chance that you'll run him out of health and you'll just, you know, you'll get back to like this point and then just kill him. So sometimes you have to heal him. And I think the best time to do that is actually once you've knocked him on his back. So like right here would be a good time to hit him with a high potion. Now, it looks like I'm just going for the knockoff because I think I did this so efficiently that, yep, there he goes. So that's that. Again, you know, you may have to heal him if you've knocked him on his back and he's jumped up a couple of times and essentially you didn't get anywhere. So I guess keep that in mind, and you know, if all else fails, you always reset your game. There they are. There's the 2 level 1 key spheres. And I don't remember what you get if you just kill them straight up. I don't know. Don't remember.
Have you an interest in renting some chocobos? As a token of our gratitude, the first time is free of charge. Please, ask the attendant if you wish to rent.
Thank you so much for saving the chocobos.
So right now would be a good time to save your game before you rent a chocobo.
Oh, hello. No charge
yeah,
this time.
I don't know. I guess we'll just say that. If you haven't, you know, if you forgot to recruit ROP and you wanted to, or for whatever reason, you need to check back in with the at the travel agency, go right ahead. Otherwise, jump on the free chocobo and let's find some treasures. I will say one thing. It seems anyway to me, and I don't remember this in the original Final Fantasy X, so the non-HD remastered version. But it seems to me anyway, in the HD version, right outside Luca, they put another chocobo handler. So if you have to go back to Luca, like to recruit people, which I actually end up doing, you know, you don't have to run through the the Mihan High Road again, because it's a long trip, and I mean, you know, I feel like at least in this game, it's always good to you know, do a lot of combat, because you know, that's just going to help out your sphere levels. But at a certain point, you know, on the same at the same token, all the battles in this get to be a little I don't know if I want to say repetitive, but there's a lot of them. So sometimes you just want to like get to where you're going.
For your words yesterday.
You know, and not fight so much. So it's the chocobos come in handy.
A safe journey to you.
Shalinda and Macon. So anyways, on the ground there's some chocobo feathers. Obviously, I already jumped on one. I'll obviously point out the other. I think there's 2 more, maybe 3. But that is that's to get essentially they're hidden treasures. You can't get those without being on a chocobo. So your characters just can't reach them. Good job, huh? And yeah, and so back to the whole the Mihan High Road thing. I don't know if I mentioned it, and maybe that's in the tutorial, but when you're on the Chocobo, there are no random encounters. So again, that's the reason why I pointed out the whole Chocobo handler near Luca thing, because you can just jump on a Chocobo right there, run through the whole high road on the Chocobo, and not get into any random encounters. Right down here, there's some Chocobo feathers. I think I missed one up there a little bit farther. We'll come back though and hop on it, or maybe it was right there. Anyways, I know I got all of them, so I just don't remember the exact spots on the ground.
What are you doing on
Lucille is here, as well as the other
I see.
Chocobo Knights.
The high road ends over there.
You can chat with them a little
However,
bit. Essentially, this is a dead end though, down here.
For the duration of our operation.
But there are some important items to
You
grab
may ask
while
the
we
gate
are here.
captain up ahead if you need to pass through.
So it looks, I don't know, it looks to me like they're training the Chocobos there. They're, you know, jumping up and down and stuff. And there's the feather. So when you're on the feather, or when you're standing over the feather, you just press the, you know, the action command or whatever, and then your Chocobo will jump. So that was a fortune sphere. Fortune spheres are needed to actually use a luck sphere on the grid. So when you come across a luck sphere on the grid, you can use a fortune sphere to unlock or get the benefits of said sphere. The Mars crest there, I believe that's for Orin's ultimate weapon. Obviously, we will not be using that for a long time, but still good to grab while you're there. Also, this is the last chance to donate to Owaka, so make sure if you want to do that you donate here. And that was the last Chocobo feather, I believe. No, actually, there might be one more. Yeah, I think there's one more. Anyways, that's the Thunderblade. There's the Scout. I feel like there's one more treasure. We'll see here. Maybe not. Maybe that was it. Actually, yeah, that's looking like that was it. Alright, anyways, I'm going to cut it here, so like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Hope you guys are helpful, hope you're enjoying them, and hope you join me for more. Alright, thank you for watching.